So this morning I had the privilege of talking with a pastor who's doing some downtown ministry. He has a church downtown in a rough area. And he was asking me like how we got our young adults group going. And I was just trying to remember the story. It's like really small, tight knit. Mostly also because going into a big room at the church, the place that we did have access to, um, would have made it feel very like, oh, this is sucks. Right? There's 10 people here in a room that could fit 300. And so, we didn't do that. We went into this small side room, and that's where we held, I think it's maybe the first few months. I forget how long. And then once we outgrew that, we moved into the bigger room. And it just kind of reminded me of concept of seed, tree, and fruit, and that there's these phases that the Lord does things. And sometimes when we don't know what to do, one of the best things we can do is ask the Lord, like, well, how did you do it? How do you do these things? And the cool thing, these patterns repeat over and over again throughout life and throughout history, right? You take a seed and you plant it. And then, I don't know if you've ever been to a nursery and there's seeds in little packs, but then they get put into um, little seedling cups, these little bead cups, and it's small. And that seed might be an oak tree seed or whatever that is, and but it's so small that it gets put into a seedling cup, and that seedling cup protects it. It shields it. It allows it to be nourished and to be cared for in a very sort of focused way. And then at some point, it breaks out of that, and we plant it in somewhere else, like a field or something. And once it can sustain itself, and you see that model everywhere, like the seeds of this tree here, like some of them fall and germinate maybe here, some may be carried away by birds or whatever, but it's that concept of seed, tree, and then fruit. And so often we're in such a rush to get to fruit that we forget that the seasons of seed, the seed is hidden, seed is buried, seed is nobody knows it's even there. And then we get into a place where it's in a seedling and it's like contained, it's small and doesn't look like much. But one day that might grow into an oak tree, might grow into a redwood. And you need to have the vision for that, the vision of the oak tree and the redwood, but to appreciate and embrace the small beginnings. Because they're not just small for the sake of being small. It's like, this is how things work. This is how things grow. This is how the Lord does things. And he does it in nature. And if he does it in nature, it's something he's obviously thought of, and it's been proven year after year, generation after generation. And so, yeah, just embrace the seeds, embrace the springtime. Harvest will come. Remember, seed, tree, and fruit.